Om. 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 Let us pay our respects to Patanjali Maharshi. Yogena Chittasya Padena Vacham Malam Sharirasya Cha Vaidyakena Yopakarotam Pravaram Munina Patanjalim Pranjalim Anatosmi Nityam. Hari Om. Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Hari Om. My humble pranams to all Atma Jyotis, divine light of the self. I welcome all of you to today's session of Patanjali Yoga Sutra. I am not a jnani, I am not a pandita, I am not a guru. I am just a seeker, sadhaka. I am conducting this study hour as a means for my learning. We are studying Patanjali Yoga Sutra in the light of Yoga Vyasa Bhashya. So far, we have completed chapter 1. Today, we are starting chapter 2, Sadhana Pada. Patanjali Yoga Sutra, chapter 2, Sadhana Pada. So, there is a Avataranika in the Vyasa Bhashya. We are studying Patanjali Yoga Sutra in the light of Vyasa Bhashya. So what he says is, so far we have seen in the previous chapter, which is Samadhipada, in the Samadhipada first chapter, we have discussed about yoga by a person who has a ekagra chitta, who has already attained high level of concentration and focus. Is already there, he has achieved samadhi. So we discussed about samadhi in the first chapter. We talked about a yogi who is an accomplished yogi who has attained samadhi. We discussed about samadhi in the previous chapter. However, in this chapter, Sadhana Pada, we are going to discuss about a yogi who is on the path of evolution, on the path of practice, who is in the Vyuttita Chittaha, meaning is in the Vyutthana state. This person, this yogi, is a practitioner. First chapter is a Samadhipada, is a yogi who is accomplished yogi, Siddha Purusha. We discussed about various types of Samadhi there. The final thing. In this chapter, we are talking about the journey of a yogi. He is not yet attained. He is on the path, his practices. Now we are coming to Sadhana Pada. Sadhana means practice, spiritual practice, yogic practice. This is about practice, yoga practice. In this chapter, second chapter. This is meant for who are having vyuttita chittaha, meaning vyuttana chittam, whose mind is not yet focused, not yet concentrated. They are having impurities in mind. They are having worldly view, and they are determined that they will do yogic practices, spiritual practices to purify themselves. This chapter is for them. These people who are having impurities in mind, what practices, what can they do to attain samadhi? How can they be blessed? To say about these type of practices, this chapter Sadhana Pada is being started. That is the Avtaranika. Avtaranika is a link between previous and the current. So we will see the first sutra in chapter 2. Chapter 2 is Sadhana Pada. Sadhana means spiritual practices. We are going to see what spiritual practices one has to. At the outset, the first sutra itself, Patanjali Maharshi has given the formula for spiritual practices. What it is, we will see. Tapaha swadhyayeshvara pranidhanani kriya yoga. He has given the definition of kriya yoga. Kriya yoga means spiritual practices, yogic practices. Tapaha swadhyaya eshvara pranidhanani. Tapas, swadhyaya, ishvara pranidhana. Three things. Tapas, swadhyaya, ishvara pranidhana. What this is, we are going to discuss. What is tapas? What is swadhyaya? What is ishvara pranidhana? Is going to give. The sutra is tapaha, tapas swadhyaya ishvara pranidhanani kriya yoga. Tapas swadhyaya ishvara pranidhanani kriya yoga. One more time. Tapas swadhyaya ishvara pranidhanani kriya yoga. This is called kriya yoga. Kriya yoga is not some mystical practices. It is a very fundamental practices for yoga. It's a very, very attainable and doable thing. This is not something mystical. Tapaha, swadhyaya, ishvara pranidhana. These are called kriya yoga. Don't think that kriya yoga means some mystical thing. No. Kriya yoga means tapaha, swadhyaya, ishvara pranidhana. What it is going to tell. We'll see in Vyasa Bhashya. Vyasa Bhashya is given. He says, na tapasvino yogaha siddhyayati. Siddhyati. For a person who is a atapasvi, who has not done tapaha, for him yoga is not possible. Na siddhyati. Yoga is not possible for a atapasvi, one who does not do tapasya. So it's important. We have to do tapasya. What tapasya we have to do? What is tapasya? Tapasya is growing a beard and going into some Himalayas and doing tapasya. What tapasya you will do? What is tapasya? We'll see. What he says is Anadi karma klesha vasana chitra. From the beginningless time, from the beginningless, there is Anadi karma klesha vasana chitra. The karma is beginningless. The karma that we have is beginningless and it is always mishrita, mixed, good and bad karma. Every person has a good karma and bad karma. And these karma leaves some impressions, vasana, leave some impressions on the chitta. The karma leaves vasanas on the chitta. And these bind a person. Bind means what? There will be a rope that will bind you? No. That is not the binding. The binding is, see, it is like this. What is binding? Bound means? Bound means I don't have freedom. What is freedom means? Freedom means freedom to think freely, to act freely. Are we free? Really? Can I do whatever I want to? Let us see. Let us say I saw a chocolate and I eat it. Then a record is written in the mind that chocolate is sweet and sweet is good. Now that is record is written. It is not strong. Then I ate another chocolate. Another record is written. Chocolate is good. Like that, over a period of time, I have ate many chocolates. And the strength of that statement becomes strong. That means chocolate is good is strengthened in my mind. That is called vasana samskara. Now, next time when I am walking in the street and I see a chocolate, my mouth starts watering and I will go and buy the chocolate. Now tell me, am I free? Is it my freely choosing eating chocolate or am I bound by that? Think about it. So the vasanas and samskaras make it, the habit patterns make me react in a particular way whether I really want it or not. For example, now I have diabetes. Doctor said, don't eat chocolate. Now I go into the street. I see chocolate. My mouth starts watering. My hand goes into my pocket, brings out the money and buys the chocolate and eats it. I know that chocolate is bad for my health. Can I stop it? That is what determines whether I am bound or free. This happens for all actions in our life. There are so many habit patterns in our mind because of which we act compulsively in a particular manner. This is called bondage. That is the bondage we are talking about in yoga. The getting rid of the bondage and becoming free. That is the freedom. We want to have a freedom of choice. So the mind is impure, meaning there are a lot of habit patterns, which is creating a habit pattern, and that is ashuddhi, this impure mind. Tapaha antarena sambhedam na apatyate. Without tapasya, this habit patterns cannot be broken. That is what he is saying. This is a common knowledge. How did I get addicted to chocolate? By repeated eating. How do I get out of the habit? Same thing, repeated rejection of chocolate. So, abhyasa is important. Tapas is that which will create new habits. I mean, a repeated thing in it. Whatever is, it may appear difficult for you, but you take it and then you practice it. Therefore, tapas is important. Discipline, practice is important. And that gives freedom. However, he also cautions that tapasya should be abadhamanam. That means it should not be torturous to the body. For example, I got a habit of chocolate. Now I want to get out of the habit. So I will say, okay, don't eat chocolate for 1 day. Don't eat chocolate for 30 days is like you are punishing the body. Slowly develop the resistance. Just say, 1 day I won't eat chocolate. If you say 30 days I won't eat chocolate and you forcefully don't eat chocolate, it is torturing the body and mind. Just give and take, slowly you do that. Say, 2 days I will not touch chocolate. I will abstain from chocolate. After 2 days, I'll take a small bit of chocolate. Like that, without torturing the mind, we have to train the mind. So, this is what yogis recommend. Do tapasya. Tapasya means a strict rules, disciplines. But that strict rules, disciplines also should not be torturous to the body. So there should be a balance that should be struck. And what is Swadhyaya? We have seen Tapasya. Now what is Swadhyaya? Swadhyaya is Pranavadi Pavitranam Japaha. Pranava means Omkara. Omkara Japa. Omkara and other holy mantra japa, etc. Etc. means other practices, spiritual practices. Why Pranava? Pranava is we discussed in the first chapter. Pranava is symbol of Ishvara. Through Pranava Upasana, we connect to Ishvara. So, Pranavadi Pavitranam Japaha. The holy mantras like Pranava, Omkara, we surrender to Ishvara. And Moksha Shastradhyanam, study of sacred scriptures, right scriptures, which will lead to moksha, liberation. There are so many scriptures. Which scriptures you will read? You have to read the right scriptures. Moksha Shastra Adhyanam. So I'll give you an example. What is a Moksha Shastra? Bhagavad Gita is the Moksha Shastra. It is for everyone. Study Bhagavad Gita. Moksha Shastra, Bhagavad Gita. Veda, Moksha Shastra. Vedanta, Upanishads, Moksha Shastra. Study them. That is Swadhyaya. So you understood what is Swadhyaya? Study of scriptures. And those scriptures should be Moksha Shastra. You don't study some other scripture that talks about something else. Mathematics, physics. The study is good. It is required for earning money, leading a life in the world. But that does not constitute as Swadhyaya. When somebody says Swadhyaya, it is study of Moksha Shastra Adhyanam. Study of those scriptures which talk about moksha. Classic example is Bhagavad Gita. Study Bhagavad Gita. Now, what is Ishvara Pranidhana? Vyasa Bhashya explains it. Sarva Kriyanam What is Kriya? Action. I move my hand, it's a Kriya. I am seeing, it's a Kriya. I am talking, it's a Kriya. Kriya can be mental, verbal, or bodily Kriya. Manasika, Vachika, or Kayika Kriya can be done. Mental, verbal, and bodily actions. Sarva Kriyanam. All actions. Paramaguru Arpanam. Who is Paramaguru? Paramatma is the Paramaguru. God, Ishvara is the Paramaguru. Ishvara is the Paramaguru. Arpanam, offering. Whatever we think, whatever we speak, whatever we do, we offer it to Ishvara. What is offering? Do you say, God, take it? Is that offering? And tat phala sannyasa. We offer it to God means we do actions for God. For God, you cannot see God. How can you offer it to God? God is manifest as this universe in front of us. If you see a hungry person and you feed that person, it is an offering to God. If you see, if you help a person in some way, whatever way it is, there are so many ways you can help a person. That is offering to God. There is always a selfish action and a unselfish, selfless action. All the actions about others, benefiting others, are selfless actions. All the actions that is about me, mine, are selfish actions. So the entire spiritual literature, Bhagavad Gita, is talking about this only. Reduce selfish actions about me and mine and do selfless actions which is beneficial for all. This is the gist of Veda, gist of Bhagavad Gita. Reduce or nullify or negate or remove the selfish actions for me and myself. Reduce it, remove it, and do selfless actions for the welfare of all. This is the gist of Karma Yoga in Bhagavad Gita, gist of Vedic Sutras, Vedic Suktas, all. This is the Vedic culture. The Rishis want you to live like that. When you do that, what happens? Here he says, Tatphala Sanyasaha. Phala means a result, fruit. Phala means fruit. What is fruit of an action? A result. Sanyasaha means what? I don't want. No, not like that. It is not about me and mine. That is what it means. It is about welfare of all. I am not interested in embellishing myself, my personal limited being. It is not just for me. Of course, I need money to live. I need a house. I need something. Beyond that, don't go on greedily grabbing everything for yourself. There is a limit for everything. Just have something for yourself and your family, and that should be sufficient. And then do something for the welfare of the world. So, and also, phala sanyasaha. Tat phala sanyasaha. Phala sanyasam is See, always remember, if you have an expectation that I want this phala, this fruit, I want this, you are going to feel small. It's a beggar consciousness. If you are going to help others, a giving mentality, it's a mentality of a king, of a abundance psychology. So, the more you want for yourself, you are becoming a beggar. The more you give, you are becoming an emperor. Right? So, the more you grab, the more you grasp, the more you want for yourself, your heart shrinks, you become small. The joy vanishes from the heart. Only the pride and those things remain. I have this bank balance, I have this car, all those remains. The joy will not be there. Joy of living comes from giving. When you give something, there is a joy. And you become an emperor. That is Brahman. That is Atman Ishvara. So you have capability to shrink or expand. Choice is yours. So we have seen Tapaha, Swadhyaya and Ishvara Pranidhana explanation as per Vyasa Bhashya. A little more explanation also we can give. So, tapas, as we have seen, what Vyasa Bhashya says, atapasvi, who does not do tapasya, the kilbisha, the impurities does not get washed away. Tapasya washes away the impurities. The discipline removes the impurities. So in future sutras, Vyasa Bhashya is going to talk about what is tapasya in detail. So I'll just give a small explanation. Dvandva sahanam, meaning ability to withstand dualities, heat and cold, like that. So, hunger, thirst, you are able to bear. See, people do fasting. Fasting is there in every religion, every culture. They do fasting for pleasing God or anybody. Fasting is a way of negating my biological need, reducing my biological need, and ability to have some control on my body and mind. That is tapasya in one way. Tapasya means with effort, I am controlling my body and mind. Biologically, need is there, which says, I want food. But through your willpower, you are saying, For one day, I will not eat food. So, fasting is an accepted tapasya in all religions, in all cultures. Okay? Heat and cold. So, you must have seen some yogis going to Himalayas and in the cold snow, they are not wearing clothes and sitting and doing meditation. Is that required? As per that, you say, Vyasa Bhashya is saying, Abadha Manam. Don't torture the body. If it is cold, wear a sweater. Do in a balanced way. And also, some people do maunam, meaning they don't speak for a day. And for a day, they won't do anything. For a day, they won't do anything. Like that, there are some tapasyas. So, we have discussed about tapasya, swadhyaya, and Ishvara pranidhana. So, it's important to do everything in a balanced way. If you do tapasya, you do fasting, you do mauna, or you do pilgrimage, people go on foot in and they climb hills, hill pilgrimages. You do all those things, tirtha yatras, whatever you want to do, tapasya, you do it. Do it balanced way. Abadamanam. Don't torture your body. You see, people, I don't want to mention any particular religion. It is there in all religions and all. They torture the body. People cut the body. They want to do something. They want to do tapasya, but it should not be that you torture the body. So that is on the tapasya. Swadhyaya, you study scriptures. See, in Vedic culture, Swadhyaya pravachanena pramaditavyam, na pramaditavyam. Whatever you do, whatever action you do, you live in a proper manner that is told in one of the Shrutis. Whatever you do, keep studying scriptures and teaching scriptures. Study and teach. This has to go on. There is no let up in teaching, in studying and teaching. Swadhyaya pravachanena. Swadhyaya and pravachana has to go on. Ishvara pranidhana we have talked about. Phala sannyasa. Bhagavad Gita fundamental teaching is karma phala sannyasa. Tyaga naika. Okay, tyaga has to be there. Tyaga means what? You don't leave your family and go away someplace. That is not tyaga. Tyaga is karma phala tyaga. Desires on the fruit of the action. You may ask, how is it possible? I do something with a desire in mind. Think about it. We'll discuss in Bhagavad Gita class what is karma phala tyaga. Okay, so this is about today's sutra. Hari Om Tat Sat. Shri Krishnarpanamastu.